just send me a text. Say, man.
Mic check. Test your mic right quick.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sir, there it is.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Oh,
Mic check.
I know it's probably one of these cats. Come on.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening? Good fellow Americans.
Oh, they playing me on So they playing us on my intro, y'all. So we're gonna start the show without the intro. They playing us on the intro. I gotta reload the intro.
Nah,
They playing us on the intro. So yeah,
well, they gave us like the urban dictionary version.
yeah. The toxic.
Right.
So yeah, we here, y'all.
Y'all know we have to run on
We,
colored folk time.
yeah, we ran on Color Folks time today. A lot of traffic.
Well,
But,
we like 13 minutes out.
We like 13 minutes now. We good. We all agree. We all good. What's going on,
What's going
everybody?
on, Facebook family, man? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Good night, Irene. So what is it? Alternative Wednesday.
Alternative Wednesdays.
But then we mess around and don't hit them alternative Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We got other stuff brewing. Sometimes that's just the way it is. People do these podcasts all the time, man, and they be structured. They sit and have brunch and lunch and go over what's going down on the next show, man. We be just straight winging this joint, man. Like it's barbershop talk.
It's barbershop talk, isn't it? A conversation pops up and that's
just
what
bug
it
it out.
is.
That's how we
Yeah.
been doing it.
So we
man, we
here.
ain't got no textbook answer, man. Ain't no script here. Ain't nobody got notes in front of their laptops
Right.
and all of that, man.
So while we chopping it up, while I'm tagging everybody in this post and getting everybody up to date right quick, up to speed, go ahead and tell them what the topic is.
Okay. You always put it out for me. That's cool. I got it though. So today, man, we're gonna talk about toxic, and we're gonna talk about toxic people, toxic environments. But basically, the word toxic gets thrown around nowadays. It's like the new term to use when you're describing something. Like, oh, he toxic. Oh, she toxic. I don't want to be around this situation. It's toxic. And so I looked up the definition of the word, and actually it gave me the urban one, which is funny because it kind of fits how we use it, though. You know what I mean? So it's an adjective used to describe usually a very negative person that complains about everything, spreads unnecessary hate, or just talks
That's
crap
perfect.
about others. You can
Oh,
meet these
that's
people
perfect.
in any online game community. Look, you can meet these people in any online game community, and they are the main coin of online gaming.
Yeah.
So when we talk about toxic, that is it's a very strong word to use when you talking about a person, especially like when something is toxic. 9 times out of 10, like the chemical or whatever it is, what do you see on the barrel? The freaking
that
biohazard.
Biohazard sign. Yeah.
That ain't good, bro.
That ain't good at all.
So
that
if
ain't good
somebody
at all.
is that, not intoxicant can damage you in some kind of way. Like
Yeah.
like,
When it's toxic, it can do something to you. Like
I'm
it
not
can
talking
make you
about
cough.
I'm not talking about the cliche term.
No, I'm talking about
something that's really in a barrel.
Right. Yeah, it can do something to you when you see like acid, and the acid you best want to put your hand in the acid,
Your
peel
whole
skin
hand fall off.
Yeah, or when they say like it's toxic on bleach. If you drink bleach, it'll do something to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if it's all these little chemicals mixed together, they make you cough, they make your skin itch. Hey, this right here, we gonna get into it, but they gonna make your skin, it make your skin itch. It do something to you.
Right.
And
now think about that.
Yeah.
And equate that with a person.
That's what I'm laughing at because it go to. Hey, look, you ever been around a person, and when they come around, it just irritates the hell out of you. It just it make your skin crawl. You either your skin crawl or you get your heart skip a beat because your adrenaline get to grumping. It goes down like that. If people don't understand, we gonna get into this because sometimes and on the flip side, sometimes you want toxic around you.
And it's crazy that you say that because in a strengthening situation, you may just need it.
You may just need it.
Sometimes a person who hasn't just dug deep in themselves and found them,
right?
You kind of need a coach,
right?
And it's not going to always be a positive coach. Like seriously, how many coaches do you know really are just nice guys? Like they on your ass on the field,
right?
They on your behind on the court.
On the court, yeah.
They in you,
yeah.
So in life, sometimes we do need those coaches.
Yeah, and you, it can sound toxic. It can be toxic. It can be toxic, but it can also be good for you. You know, so when you looking at when you up, moving around and you trying to figure out what's good for me when it comes to being toxic. Why is this toxic thing good for me?
Sound crazy.
It sounds crazy. It does. It does sound crazy. I always use the example of two magnets, and you ever see the two magnets? You take one magnet, you put it close to the other magnet, and it kind of rolls away. Yeah. That's good negative. Because that one magnet is the two negatives can't be around each other.
Right.
So it pushes you away, and what it does is it pushes you in the direction you're supposed to be going, which is away from it. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Right. So that trash, some of those people that get on your nerves, that toxic. This is how toxic can be good for you.
Man,
you get away
continuously saying that word, and equating that with a person.
Yeah. And it's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy.
Everybody should be at some point in their life doing some soul searching. Man, we've been through enough, especially if you in the 40 crowd. I ain't gonna even say 40. If you're an adult, you mid-30s, you've experienced some things. We've experienced things in relationships. We've experienced being around certain people. We've experienced the highs and lows, the ups and downs of being in a family.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all of these things are learning experiences, but at some point, it's not everybody. Sometimes you have to take a step back and look at you. Because you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you want to be right. Man, I don't want to ever equate myself with somebody being able to say that I was toxic, bro. God.
Yeah.
And like,
but
maybe I'm being over dramatic, but just that
on
word,
the flip
man.
side though, on the flip side, everybody's toxic in a sense, because there are people,
I don't want to be the toxic in a negative sense.
Yeah, in the negative sense, but in the positive sense, sometimes there are people that don't want to be around you or can't stand to be around you. You don't know,
Right.
and you might know, but it's one of those things where you have to think about it, like, who have I offended, or who do I offend?
Right.
You know, and if I do offend them, do I care?
Right.
You know,
That's can be some toxic behavior too, when you don't step outside of yourself.
Exactly.
To realize that you may offend people, or like to have that. People have this mindset of, this is me.
Right.
This is how
I am. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. But it's like that ain't always cool to embrace that though. You know, it's not always cool to just, this is me. I've been like this all my life. But at sometimes that might not be right. And you've been operating in this spirit too long.
Yeah. And but you know what, the one thing that people need to understand is, again, that it's a great thing to understand, a beautiful thing to understand what's toxic and so we're gonna break it down. We want you to understand what's toxic, what it means to be toxic, and what it means to be positive. What is the positive toxicity?
Because that word is thrown around so loosely nowadays, man. Just like I said, the first sign of something that's not to your liking, that's toxic. But that's not always the case. We're not going to always agree on everything.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that my way is right because it's the law according to me.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't assume just because I've been raised a certain way, or I have this weird, illmatic way of thinking, that's law.
Right.
And you say something to me, or
you think like Nas?
I always think like, I think like Alfred, but no, that's my guy though.
I like how you throw that in there.
Yeah,
I like how you put that in there.
Nah, but still, you even with yourself, like people will just assume something is toxic just off impulse.
Yeah.
You ain't even rock with a person long enough to where you even know them good, and it's like they do something out of your comfort zone, and it's like, oh, that's toxic. That's not always the case. You got to revert back to you sometimes with certain things.
Exactly. And so one of the things, so what's toxic to you? You know, like what's
for
toxic?
Me, what would be
you?
toxic? Straight up, bad energy, bro. That to me, that's toxic because we're getting personal. So with me, I stay in a peaceful mind frame at all times. At least I try to.
Right.
But I know that I'm a Category 5 hurricane if you push me to certain limits because I operate in emotion.
Right.
I guess that's the Aquarius in me or whatever.
Right.
But I operate in emotion. So as long as you, like my grandmother say, give me some letting alone, I'm good. But the moment you bring something to me negative that's out of how I rock and how I move and shake on a daily basis, then to me that's toxic. So most of the time with me, it's spirits. It's how people approach me, and it's not even just people. It's just things around me.
Right.
You know, like this world and the things that we're dealing with to this day. I mean, a lot of it is toxic to me. But some of the stuff you can't shake. It's in your face, and you have to deal with it. I guess that's also part of the toxic that's good, man.
Right.
But
and Tyrone just said something. He said he's been considered toxic by people who don't want to hear the truth.
And hey, Tyrone,
that's in that,
that's true.
That's in that positive way.
You're gonna be and you know, we don't bash ladies, we don't do that, but a lot of women, when it comes to a certain dude, they're gonna holler he's toxic.
Yeah.
And it just may be because you move it. That guy may do something out of pocket to something that you dealt with before or something like that.
Right.
But you know, I've been considered toxic, just like Ty said. Why? Because I'm very blunt. I'm very honest. I just shoot from the hip.
Right. And
you know, but I've learned.
That.
People can't handle that. But on the flip side of the coin, with me, one of the things I've learned in doing some soul searching is that the delivery, Jack, like the way it's put out there.
Yeah, and people can't handle one of the things.
You can't always be rough and brash with everybody, though, man.
You
gotta have some compassion at sometimes.
My dad used to tell me that all the time, son. You gotta take it easy on people. And I'm like, not to compare myself to Jesus Christ or God, but when God said this was gonna happen, He meant that.
Okay,
And so
we're gonna get back
in
to
the truth scenario,
right.
if I'm telling you the truth, it don't matter how I tell you the truth. The truth is the truth.
Right. You think about it. I'm gonna say this real quick and we jump back into on the topic. When people talk about God, they forget that disobedience, and it says in His Word, in several scriptures. I don't even have to pinpoint one. Man, He about to tear some stuff up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't light rain, thunderstorm. Some stuff
Yeah,
got destroyed
yeah,
around this
yeah.
camp, man.
And that's what people don't understand when you're telling the truth, Tyrone. When you're telling the truth, people have to understand that you are telling the truth. And what the old school saying? Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Shame the devil.
Yeah. And you're telling the truth. If some people tell you, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing. I mean, well, sometimes the truth ain't good.
It ain't pretty, man.
It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. So if you don't like what I say, the best thing I tell you is.
But I think it goes
consider
back.
me toxic.
Yeah, well, you can't appease everybody, bro. And that's just the world we live in. I mean, even doing your best ain't your best to some people.
Yeah.
So when we talking toxic, give me an example of a situation that you would consider just, man, this is just. Give me a scenario that you may have been in where you was like, yo, this, I know for a fact that this is not detrimental to my health, my sanity, and my peace. Man,
I could give you a bunch of them.
We only got an hour.
Yeah, we only got an hour. But now I just I use one recent situation. I was dealing with I had a football team. I was part owner of a football team, arena football team, and my guy. The only reason I'm using this too because my guy Keith is on the Nighthawks. Yeah, it was the Nighthawks football team, and in dealing with team situations, everybody has to be on one accord. But we had a situation where that was toxic, and we knew it was toxic, but we had to keep him around for the benefit, hopefully for the benefit of the team. And I said, this dude is going to cause us issues. This guy's going to cause us issues. And Keith will tell you, keep my boy Keith on here. We got to the game before the championship, and this dude caused us the issue. Now, what we didn't do is we didn't pluck him out. The only reason we didn't pluck him out because he was a coach. So he was good, but there was some toxicity there that I recognized, but everybody else didn't see what I saw. So when you tell people, hey man, this could be a bad situation, this dude don't want to listen, he want to do shit his way. And we got to that point where he wanted to do shit his way. So at halftime of the game, now all of a sudden he wants to suit up and he wants to play and he wants to call the plays and run the plays that he wants to play, which caused us to lose. But you're a coach. Now, my other coach, Keith, he was ready to play. You had to take the coaching hat off now and play and suit up. Yeah, you had to suit up. So now both of our coaches, because we were short some players, so both of our coaches had to suit up. But we got one coach that listens, because now he done took the coach hat off, and I'm a player. What do you need me to do?
Right.
And you got the other coach that took his hat off, that kept his coach hat on, and wanted to. So he was a 50-50 cat, and he wanted to do what he wanted to do.
That's a live wire in itself.
Bro. In itself. So the situation occurred where I'm trying to talk to him, and he looking off into the sky, like he ain't trying to hear what the hell I'm saying.
Right.
And normally, everybody. I don't profess to be the greatest, but I know football, so I know situations and what's happening. And when these egos start rising up, it's bad. and his ego started rising up, and it destroyed the whole camaraderie of the team to where we would usually be winning by 40 points.
Y'all
We
get
was
dusted by 40.
yeah, we was,
Man, and
it was bad.
Just that whole one bad apple spoils the whole bunch, rotten apple spoils the whole bunch scenario, man, it's like real life stuff when you think about somebody or something that's toxic.
Right.
Because if in a small amount of time, I don't care what nobody says, spirits are spirits.
Yeah.
Energy is energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can rub off on you just like that. You know how most guys run up on each other when they ain't seen them in a while? You lock it in, bring it in,
Right.
side hug.
Side hug, yeah.
You can't really do that with a lot of cats because just in that small embrace, energy is energy.
That means something. So does shaking people's hand.
Oh yeah, you're a barber.
And
so the thing is, you have to have good energy for sitting here touching this man's head for 20, 15, 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah. And I had a
people don't believe that though.
Yeah,
people don't believe that spirits and energies can rub off on a person in a matter of that amount of time. They really can.
Yeah.
If you're around a person long enough, you'll start picking up their mannerisms.
Yeah. And I do all the time.
Cat one time, man, I worked with him for 2 years. Right, I was around that dude for so long. I talked like him. I literally talked like him.
Right.
I walked like him. I picked up all his mannerisms because I had been around him for so long. Good thing about it was he was a good dude. He was an older cat,
right.
Good energy. So I was like, man, if he was really bad, and I had to work close with him.
Right.
So I had no choice.
Yeah.
So if he was toxic, 9 times out of 10 I would have, because I worked that close to him. But
right.
that is a fact, bro. Like energies and spirits can rub off on you, and you can become a toxic person.
Yeah.
It goes the same way with relationships. Now we talking toxic in the form of relationships, right? This is a whole different podcast show itself.
Oh, yeah,
but we getting into it.
We're gonna get into it. We got plenty of time to talk about it.
Toxic
relationships. In a relationship, you get into a relationship, and first of all, relationships is hard. A relationship is hard. When you talking about wanting to be with a person for the rest of your life, it's hard. And guess what? It comes with some toxic shit. And so I do the measuring stick across the board, and I say, okay, it's 10 things in a relationship. It's 10 things that you want in a person. And if that person comes with 6 of those things, and those 6 things are 75 or better. So we rating them 10 things on the scale of 1 to 100. So those 6 things are 75 or better, and one of those 4 things that you don't like is pretty fucking high. 90. Man. Then the other 4, are mediocre in between 50-50, 45.
40.
You know what I'm saying?
40 in the
You got to decide if you're going to deal with those things. Because if the person has 60% of what you like, and you can work on the other 40%, you got something.
Yeah, but what if that?
If that one thing that's real high, you might be like, ooh, this is toxic. This is too much.
Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships, bro? Because some people do. Some people will bitch, complain, and tell their friends about what he or she is not doing and but they still there.
You know what?
I think
is one of the reasons. One of the reasons could be, you get to a point where you really have to just put some work in. So you're making a decision to put some work in. Maybe that person is good enough that situation might not be as bad as it is. So it's talked about, and it might be talked about, and it might be brought up as a situation more than one time, but it can't be that bad that you leave the relationship.
No, I'm saying, what makes a person stay?
That's what I'm saying. And it's so that thing that they complain about might not be that bad. Because like I said, if you got that person complains about one thing, he's obviously okay with the other 90%.
All right, now here we go. We're getting deeper. Name something in a relationship that you would consider toxic.
I don't like talking crazy to me. Don't be yelling at me. And it might seem simple.
That's not even normal though.
No,
bro.
it's not. It's not. But when you got people yelling at you and talking crazy to you and yeah,
That's
and,
the deal
and every
breaker
time
right there.
and then
For
every
you,
time
I'm saying, that's,
and every time
I'm
you
out.
open your mouth, you talking about other people and I'm like, eh. I mean, I'm having a conversation with you and you want to talk about other females.
Yeah.
And then you want to yell at me and argue with me. And I mean, I don't do the arguing thing.
I don't either, bro.
And I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I was dating this sister one time, and we were talking about arguing, and she was like, "What's your take on that?" I said, "I just hop in my whip and bounce." And she was like, "You gonna get in your car and go?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "No, because you getting in your car in a situation where we're into it, it could sway you to go see another chick. But what if it's a toxic situation and we into it and I stay there? That ain't good for my sanity either. I'm not about to be locking myself up in no other part of the house. Your ass and your energy is still in that house."
See, and
so
when you get to talking about
out.
when they get to saying, well, it could sway you to go see another chick. Wait a minute, I'm here with you, and see that's that thing again. I'm just sitting here with you, and we having a conversation, and the conversation is bad for both of us. So instead of not talking about it anymore and going for a ride to cool down, you're worried about me going to mess around with somebody else.
My mindset is just to clear my head from the situation
Exactly.
at hand.
Exactly. And that in itself, the thought process that you're trying to go clear your head, but she thinks you're trying to go mess with another female,
Right.
That's toxic. Because every time you move, they're going to look at you as you're going to talk to some other female.
Well, that's a sign of probably a female who done been drugged through and been took through the ringer. So you're gonna catch the ass end of. You wearing that jacket with all of them cats is BS on your.
The farther you get up in age, the more BS comes in a relationship.
You think so?
I'm certain.
And
Certainly. You think about it. At 50 years old, how much baggage does a person come with?
At 50?
Yeah.
Oh, like you talking about like a new situation?
Yeah.
Oh, that's airplane luggage.
Yeah.
Bro. Like
Yeah. See,
a carry-on, some under the plane, all of that.
Yeah. Boxes. Yeah.
Like,
Hey, look.
You flying
but
with
it comes.
everything at 50.
It comes. Yeah, at 50, it comes. Unless you in yourself have understood how to get rid of the baggage. See, and a lot of people don't understand.
I don't think people ever get rid of it though, bro.
Yeah, you do. And here's the kid.
We're all guilty of kind of going into situations. I don't care, even at 50. And like you said, 50 is a pretty good stretch, bro. You done seen some things at 50. Been through some stuff there. So I'm saying there's no way possible that you could just go in at 50 with a clean slate. Like,
yeah, you can.
You think so?
Yeah, you can. You can. See, the thing, one thing that people don't understand, and I had to really, really dig deep about forgiving and forgetting. You know, and in forgiving and forgetting, you can't forget that it happened. And when you can't forget that the situation happened, or when you can't, if you forget that the situation happened, then it really didn't mean nothing to you. But when things mean something to you, you forget. The forgetting part is forgetting how it made you feel. And then when you remember the situation, you remember the situation to tell other people that's not a good situation. I've been there before. So forgetting is forgetting how it made you feel. And because you're never going to, if the situation was important, the act, you're never going to forget the act, but you can forget how it made you feel, because if it made you feel a certain way, then you'll talk about it. Like some people talk, it's some stuff in my life that happened when I was a kid, and every time I talk about it, and when I was a kid, I'm talking about 10.
I get what you're
going. Every time I talk about it, I get excited.
Yeah,
because it did something to me.
Right.
And the thing about it is, I recognize at 50, I recognize what it did to me, but it still angers me.
Trust issues in a relationship is a hell of a toxic thing.
Yeah.
That's toxic. I seen Todd said a minute ago, insecurity. Insecurity is hella toxic.
Oh yeah.
Because for one, if you let's say you're just insecure about yourself, man, It ain't much you can give me as far as on the love tip when you ain't really feeling that about yourself.
Yeah,
so
you gotta insecurities cause people. Insecurities is something in themselves, and when they don't trust, they didn't trust or the last person did this, or the last 3 people did this, or this has been going on all my life. I want to change, but I don't know how to get the change, because every time I move, it's a muddy puddle.
Sometimes people give themselves a chance to even heal from certain situations that rock them to the core, because they don't want to be by themselves. So they jump from the frying pan into the fire. Now you with this new dude or this new woman, and it's like you ain't even gave you a chance to see yourself see clearly from anything that you went through. It's like, well, shoot, I don't want to be alone, and this guy seems nice, and here he come, or this chick was talking good, and I seen something different than my ex, so I'm gonna roll with it.
Right.
But the thing with the insecurity thing in relationship is like, of course that's gonna be toxic. We can only talk from a male standpoint. We're gonna get the thing jumping in a minute where we can get y'all to call in and join in with this thing. But from a man's standpoint, I think if you have an insecure woman, let's say she's insecure about her being. Now, if she ain't the type of female that jumps fly, or she's homely or whatever, and you cool, if you chose her that way,
right?
Why is she bugging?
Yeah.
But because see, the thing is like for you and I'm a groom and do everything I can. I'm my own self-representative when I walk out the door.
Right.
So I don't give a damn if I'm going to go get a loaf of bread. I'm gonna press out my shirt and my shorts.
Right.
Wait, you just going to the store to get some bread?
Yeah,
Like,
so
if that's you, and you
So
want to
what?
go out here looking like somebody beat a dusty rug, that's you. But don't get mad. You're assuming that I'm trying to jump fly for attention, because your insecurities are yours. And it's like, it's not even like that. It's like, dang, see, that's where we get to some of these Facebook filters and all of that stuff, because a lot of females are selling representatives. I'm sorry, ladies, but a lot of y'all with these digital filters, and you push that on us, like thinking that we think that's like, of course, some of y'all be setting thirst traps. Y'all just like the comments and the ooh girl you find it, like, but it's like, at the end of the day, if you think with your mind and you really trying to meet somebody decent, unless you're looking for Mr. Right now and not Mr. Right, then of course he's gonna smash and go. But I'm gonna have to turn over and look at you for the rest of my life if I choose you. Why in the hell would you?
That in itself is toxic.
What?
All the filters and wanting the attention.
Yeah, because you selling the representative. That's not you, man. Because even though that's the look you giving off, your spirit maybe beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The prettiest people do the ugliest shit. So that's just basically what it is.
Yeah. What's up? My cousin, man. My cousin on here. Moose. What's up, Moose?
Moose.
Yeah, Moose, man. I ain't seen her from that boy, man. Probably about 15 years, 20 years, man. We was tight back in the day. We still tight though. I love you, cuz. What's up?
But think about that, like Ty was saying, like insecurities, it's gonna keep you at each other's neck. Man, I don't even see how you can have peace.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have a good day, here or there, where she ain't on one, or let me say, stop saying he or she is not on one, because they're at a level of comfort with you.
Yeah.
You ain't went out the house all day.
Right.
You ain't had to bust a move. You ain't been on your phone texting. So I think, I'm gonna fix him something to eat, and then you're gonna have a peaceful day because they haven't had to operate out of uncomfort.
Right.
But the moment you do something totally that's against the grain of what he or she is, that eggs them, and then it's like, we said this earlier when we talking about toxic people. Sometimes, I just can't be around her. She toxic. Or I can't be around dude. He toxic. And it toxic. It's not even them. It be them.
Yeah.
It be the person.
The one that talks about toxic situations
9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10. We you know what? I'm gonna give them a little leeway. I'm gonna say 8.5 times out of 10. It's them. You're the toxic person. The person, the female that say, I ain't with all of that. That's them. Them people be doing this and they do this, and the dude that say, man, is most of the time is them. I don't do that bullshit, man. That's this and that and this that. You the main one.
That you might not do it now.
You might not be doing it right now, but you'll do it.
Yeah. Longevity shows that you had a history of being toxic.
Exactly.
You found the Lord or did
man,
something.
Even when people find the Lord, man, the thing.
Say, man, them Christian churches be the ones be putting up money for them $1 million bails for them cops that be killing them brothers. I'm just saying.
Hey, but
them church folks, man, folks
I ain't gonna
be putting their money up for them folks. Them Christian churches be doing that, man.
Hey,
them churches be putting up that bread, bro.
I ain't saying they don't.
I'm saying it.
Yeah, you saying it.
Yeah.
You saying it. But when here's it. We're gonna talk Christianity now. So since we on
it's
that,
toxic.
It's
man,
toxic.
Yeah, they be toxic too, man.
Listen. I grew up in the church. My dad's a preacher, and I grew to understand more biblically.
You have PK tendencies, by the way.
I do. What you thought I was saying? No, I ain't got no not me. I got. However you want to put the PK. So whatever. Yeah, I
knew it.
Yeah,
no,
but I mean, when you sit in the church, and I grew up in the church, man. And I played the drums. I was very instrumental in the church, and growing up in the church, man. And you see everybody, all of these things that you don't expect to see.
Oh my God!
And I mean, God,
no pun intended, but you preaching.
You're preaching preachers messing around with the secretaries.
Oh my God!
I mean, all kind of stuff, just all kind of stuff. And when you look at that, if a new person comes in and they see this, it could be toxic to the new person.
But see, the thing is, a lot of times it's already coached.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's a new person. We need to all act harmonious, sister so-and-so. I know you don't like sister so-and-so.
Right.
This person been coming on the regular, and we need to try to hook and crook them and pull them in.
Pull them on in.
Can y'all go to y'all respective corners and act like y'all
right,
like each other?
Right.
Just for
a couple months.
Show them that it ain't like that in here.
Right. But I mean, a lot of toxic stuff, man, happens in the church, and even for me, this is my opinion. I believe that when the Bible says, "Come as you are," you come. That is coming as you are. That's
internal, bro.
That's internal. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
People got it twisted. They be looking. Them old mothers be looking at the sister who came in there, and it's like, bro, if this dude come in with a white T-shirt and jogging pants, that may be all he had. But it's like, come as you are means bring all of that. That's burden. Bring all your burdens. Bring all your troubles. Bring anything that's ill in you. Bring that here.
Right.
And it's a hospital, bro.
So
it's like,
so the church, you can say, is a filtration from dirty to clean.
From dirty to clean. We all was a little dirty before we got washed up.
Exactly.
In that world.
What I don't like is when and people say you got to reach people where they are, and no. And I don't believe it. But when you in the church, and the song that everybody is jumping up and down to, in the backdrop of the song is Parliament Funkadelics, Beat It, Michael Jackson, Nas, Jay-Z song that you done twisted it up, Beyonce song that you done twisted up. See, you come to church as a sinner, but you don't bring the sin and make it a part of church.
I've always said,
I don't like that.
I've always said, I know where you're going with that, because I've always said, when it comes to let's just say Christianity, especially in the Baptist world. The thing is, you want to draw people. You want as let's just say this. They say the world. So everything outside of the church is considered the world. So you want people, you want the saints of God to go out and bring people from the world in.
Right.
But we ain't seeing that now. We seeing the church conforming to the world.
To the world.
Like
it's
not you're not holding the standard of what God back in the old days when y'all was going out in the field,
and bringing
ministering and knocking on the doors.
Yeah.
Like them Jehovah Witnesses, they get out, they don't change it. They get out there and get it the way they practice.
Right.
But it's like now, what's that new Meg Thee Stallion song? Oh, we gonna use that beat at this musical because we know. But it's like, no, you're conforming to the world.
Exactly.
Man. It's like, no, stick to the
script.
That's supposed to get them.
Stick to the script.
But that's a horse of a different color. But when you start seeing the toxic stuff in that world, a lot of times it's like people do a damn good job of covering it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Monday through Friday, you on the book talking real reckless. So you out of pocket. Then Sunday, you on the book posting the scriptures, what pastor was talking about. It's like, man, either you're going to rock like that 24/7, 365 all your life, or you're going to leave it alone because, man, the mask be getting pulled off of you.
Yeah.
And you
so what I do,
man, have you ever been in a toxic church before?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about one that you were a member of. I've stepped in some places and been like, yo, I know this place.
Hey, listen, I was member of a church, man, right before I moved here, and the pastor, he would give good word. He had good words, but he would do stuff like steal cable from the pole and hook it up to the church so he can have a Super Bowl party.
Wow.
I'm saying the
no. I'm
stuff.
listening to you saying that. I'm right. Like, I wouldn't put it past.
You're right, but I'm saying the light stuff. So you talk about that kind of stuff. Here's a dude. So my ex-wife connected him with somebody to put new air conditioner. So this dude wanted this elaborate air conditioner on this building. So he went behind the dude's back. The dude already went and bought what he asked for. He went behind the dude back and used the dude's account to get extra stuff. Like,
then this was the pastor.
This was the pastor. So I'm telling you the stuff but that's the stuff that I'm presenting to you.
Yeah.
Imagine all the other stuff.
Yeah, some of it, like you said, that's top. And there probably ain't even that many people that even know that story.
Right.
Only a few.
This dude told the congregation that his wife bought him a brand new H1 Hummer. This was in 2006. A brand new H1 Hummer with 1 month's salary. What? And I because I don't wear blinders. Mm-hmm. And I'm listening to people, and I see what's going on around in the church, and I know what your wife did. Your wife got a daycare, and no daycare. I don't know a daycare that can buy a Hummer with a 1 month salary. I don't know. I ain't putting it past him.
Yeah.
I ain't putting it past you, but I know you took the church's money.
Yeah.
And did something. Yeah. But you don't want to say that, and I'm not. Listen. The one thing when I talk about Christianity, I have to step back from Christianity. I have to step back from Christianity because if I'm not going to walk like it, I'm not going to talk like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to play around.
Stay in that mode though.
Yeah.
It's like you were saying, with that type of stuff that he was doing, like I said, it may have been very few members that knew about the air conditioning situation.
Right.
But then there's also things to the surface that everybody in the church can see, like cliques in the church. And
right. Yeah.
You got the brothers, the sisters over here. They got this little alliance, and they don't really rock with them sisters over there. And these members of the choir don't fool with this end of the members of the choir. And it's like outside the church, y'all have your own little separate meetings. But then on Sunday, it's like pastor got to have these come to Jesus meetings, and hey, y'all got to act accordingly because we got some guests in there and all of that. It's like you can feel it. The tension can be cut with a knife.
Right.
You may come in there as a new person, a visitor, and somebody pull you, hey, brother, I'm glad you came. Then this other sister just come yak you up real quick. Well, come on, you need to come fill out these visitors forms. Like, well, now hey, yo, she must got beef with her.
Yeah.
It's that obvious.
It's that obvious. Yeah.
So just.
But you got to in a toxic situation, toxic situations, you have to let's go back to the toxic chemicals. Let's go back to the chemicals that's not have nothing to do with relationships. You have to understand what that chemical does, how it's going to affect you, what good or bad effects can it have on you. Mm-hmm. We all know that if you put a drop of acid on you, it's gonna burn a hole through you. Yeah. So that there's nothing good about that unless you're trying to burn your finger off on purpose.
Or
yeah,
what is it? What do they call it? A chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
Something that may be hazardous. That chemical, mix it with this, and it may not have that reaction. It may be something that you could use it for, but then you take all the other key components out, and you just got that, and it's like you can't.
Yeah.
Prime example, mouthwash. Have you ever used Dr. Tishner's mouthwash?
Mm-mm.
Bro, it's a non-diluted mouthwash.
Right.
So it's just raw. Bro, you can't even hold it in your mouth. These young millennials, man, go on YouTube. They having Dr. Tishner challenges where they holding that crap in their mouth for 10 to 15 minutes. I know their gums probably look like shredded cheese because you can't even hold it in your mouth 3 seconds.
Straight up.
It's that potent. They sell it in all drugstores, Walgreens.
I don't want
It's a mouthwash that isn't. You have to dilute it with something to take it.
But why?
Bro, I'm telling you. But my point is, most of the mouthwashes from Scove to whatever you use is that.
Right.
Without the mint, the water.
Right.
So you can tolerate it. A couple of swats in your mouth, spit it out, you're good.
Right.
You can't hold this in your mouth 3 seconds, dog.
So
you think about something
that's a chemical. That's a chemical in itself.
Right. So when you start thinking about things that are toxic, I think sometimes you can flip it to where you put it in a person, especially when we talking toxic people. You put them in enough positive
people. Yeah, it might rub off on them.
They can switch. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like being around them because I know what mind frame it'll put me in. I don't like to be lied on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things toxic. Like sometimes people need to step on you to make themselves feel tall.
Right.
And that's toxic. When you're dealing with insecurities, like Ty said, when you're dealing with that, and I think that's one of the main things, because insecurity breeds all kind of stuff in a person. You become a hater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing good about you.
Mm-mm.
And any person around you that's doing something good, you ain't praising them. You know what I'm saying? It kills you to even tell somebody good job. Man,
yeah.
Hey, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so when a person becomes toxic, I mean, insecurity, I think, is the key component.
Yeah. To toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I love, and this is just about myself. I love when toxic people come around me because they can't. The reason I say that is because they can't stand to be around me because I'm toxic to them. Because I'll say something in so many words, get the fuck on. I don't want you around me. You know what I'm saying? But those toxic people, when I say I love those toxic people to come around me because it makes them think. I make people think. I make people think from the standpoint of how can this dude boldly stand here and you can't tell what's on this guy's mind, if he's going through something, if he's up, if he's down, you know, if from the mud that I came from, you know, and people stand here and look at me and they give me all of the statue that they see. And I'm grateful for that because I understand what God made me but I'm also grateful for that because I work hard to be great in a sense of I just do what I do. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but when people think that it's easy is when they understand that, and those toxic people, they think that it's easy.
I just think I'm gonna be a grumpy old man who's gonna be telling the kids to get out of his yard all the time. Hey, get out of my yard.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm gonna tell you
Tyrone said he like toxic people around him in a minute. So he said they like toxic people around him too because it'll dilute in them. Yeah, it'll dilute them, and that's more so what I'm saying. You see me, when you see me, I'm hoping that it rubs off on you. I'm hoping that what you see and what you feel in me, because toxic can't be toxic all the time. Even the toxic chemical.
Yeah.
If you
it
settles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can't be toxic all the time.
It don't go all the time.
Yeah,
sometimes it has to be stirred out.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So that's safe to say that we all have some of it in us.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So I think my personal toxic trait is my mouth. Because like I said, once again, it's delivery.
Yeah.
I mean well by everybody.
Yeah.
But sometimes how I say it,
it just don't come off like that.
And it's like, y'all, this dude's a straight up asshole.
Yeah.
Like, and then like I'm telling you something for your own good, and it's like, well, hey, I'm the type of person to be like, hey, like I'll tell it to you straight, but when I kind of see your body language is like you don't want to hear it,
right?
I'm like, forget it then, die.
Yeah.
Go hungry. I hope your lights get cut off. I'm trying to tell you, and it's like, it's like I'm having to learn delivery, bro.
Hey,
like,
look, but I mean, I'm the same way.
I'm having to learn delivery,
I'm
bro.
the same way.
I told old head told me, said with his son used to always cry about a monster in his room.
Right.
So he would get out of bed, run to his parents' room. I can't believe there's a monster in our room. And he would, boy, go to bed, get out of here. And every night he did that. That was the norm for him to tell you something, man. Get back in the bed. Don't come in here with that. And he said until the day he went in there, opened up the closet, was like, and his tone was just mellow. Hey, look, son, look, ain't nothing in there. Even got in the bed with his sons. Like, look, I can lay in here. It's cool.
Right.
Now after that, changed how his son was like, well, dang, if my pops came in here and laid in here, no problem, it must be straight.
Right.
But he didn't. The way he delivered it all them other times was
right. So yeah,
it wasn't until and that's my problem. That's my toxic trait right there. Is like, because I really a lot of times we trip out and laugh and joke all the time.
Yeah.
But you know me also, I'm no nonsense. I'll flip, bro. Men should be men. We don't have time in this day and age to be on this kiddie mess. We ain't got no time to be out here just. Man, especially if we got kids out here, and if we're fathers, we the leaders out here, man. We the alpha males out here, man, and we gotta stand firm and show our kids, that we on the front line for them and what we believe in and all of that. So for me, I just don't have time to be with the BS, bro. So a lot of times when I feel like somebody's toxic and they coming to me, I'm already on a 10 with them. My attitude is stank, like, yo, like what?
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see it in my face, you can hear it in my tone, and it's just like I need to work on that. I think that I can come off toxic when somebody's trying to talk to me because I just go that way, like that's my word. Like I'll tell you in a minute, bro, that way over there, like move.
I think mine is pretty much the same, but over the course of years, I've learned how to
you got a chokehold on it a little bit.
A little bit, not a. I got it around the neck.
I have it so bad, bro. I'm like that even with women.
Yeah.
That's rough, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here being transparent to y'all. Like I have it even with women. I come at them crazy.
Yeah.
Cause like if I feel like you saying something to me that's ignorant, or you trying to run game or something, come on. I be like, man, I smell that shit a mile away.
A mile away.
Like, dude.
And see, how do you
43.
43. I think I was 40, 41 when I started to, get a chokehold on it, and not in the same way that you are right now.
Right.
I was bad.
2.0.
2.0, yeah. I was bad. And I always looked at situations as always having the upper hand. I need to have the upper hand. So I was good at reversing the reverse psychology. I was good. I can see it and I can use it. And when you try to use it against me, I can use it against you. Use what you try to use against me, against you. All the time. And that was my toxic moments. Them was my toxic moments, because while you trying to piss me off, I'm pissing you off worse.
Yeah, and that, I play Jedi mind tricks like that too. If I know you're trying to get a rise out of me, because it's just like you and Ty was saying, like, but here's the flip side to what y'all saying about, I want them around me because maybe I'm showing them a different way. But sometimes it's like too much of that just ain't good. You're not gonna be able to keep your composure all the time,
no, you're
man.
Not. No, you're not.
For somebody to know that you're a peaceful, humble person, man or woman, and their ultimate goal is to get you on a 10.
Yeah.
They might just see you on 100.
Yeah. And
you got the right one today. You was looking for a 10.
Yeah. It take a lot for me to get
to 100.
Yeah, and since 30, I have calmed myself and like really did a fun, because I know what happened.
Yeah,
I know what can happen.
Bro, I be giving them the Ike Turner meme look. I be like,
yeah. That's so I have to. One of the things that I have to do, and this might help somebody, is just listen. See, because if I start talking, and we going back and forth, it's gonna go bad. So I just listen. See, and the main thing is you have to know who you are.
I process later.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Nah, that's me.
Yeah,
because we probably had World War III, and then I'm gonna go home and cool down and process. Because I'm gonna come back. If it was on me, bro.
In World War III, So you going to the extreme.
Yeah, and it hasn't always been good in my favor. World War III, it doesn't always mean that you can go back to your respective corner and then come back later. Sometimes after World War III, it's like, hey, deuces, I'm out. I don't talk to you no more. You don't talk to me.
It ain't even. That's your World War III. In my World War III, we already know. Because we done went there. We already know. Ain't no calling back. Ain't no more conversation. And so before you go, like Tyrone said, before you lose your composure, you got to think. When you're mad, you don't think.
Oh yeah.
So you got to be able to think, and you got to figure yourself out. So when I was 30, I had to figure myself out, because I blacked out a few times, and I don't remember what I've done to people. And so I had to, and even now when people look at me now, they're like, this nigga right here. And I'm glad people see that, because it's real.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to just be intimidated by me, but I also want you to understand, don't come to me with that shit.
But see, wisdom and discernment comes with that too. Because I will say,
you got to be able to do it.
Because I will say, it has been times when I'm talking about my cutoff game is like Daisy Duke short. So I'm like, you trying to push me? All right, I'm gonna dead this whole conversation.
Yeah.
Because in a heated situation, it's never gonna be an even playing ground. It's never gonna be a resolve to the issue, because when two people are there's no resolve. There's nothing coming in. And especially in a relationship, relationships are supposed to be love. Relationships are supposed to be a man and a woman coming together with a common goal to get somewhere. This coming into a relationship with it already being a tennis match, like, my fat ass can't run around the court that long. I'm not playing that game. I'm not doing the back and forth and where you did the tit for tats. And like, if you coming in a situation with me trying to be combative,
right,
you probably just gonna be hitting the tennis racket up against the wall with yourself. I'm not playing that game. I'm
Right.
not like
Right.
And who in what world wants to be with somebody where that type of shit is going on day in and day out, bro?
Day in and day out. So be it, Miss Juicy, I see you. Miss Juicy said, I call her Juicy. She said, but your delivery is important.
It is.
When speaking to anyone engaging in simple conversation, and that's exactly right. So when the conversation starts to get heated, you have to be able to tune properly, and I just say tune in properly so that you can have the conversation. And if you can't get the right frequency, I just tune out.
Ty said, he know me, man. He's my mentor. Tyrone Haynes is like a father figure to me.
Oh yeah, he said, oh yeah, my
And
cousin.
so
Yeah,
he said, man, he know me. He
Yeah.
know like you can go without even using one
Well,
swear word.
yeah.
I mean, I have, and I'm not proud to say this, I have put some of the strongest men and women on their back
Yeah.
with words to the point they were like, dang, I wish you would have just slapped me.
yeah,
I wish you would have just shot me, because, bro, that hurt.
yeah,
And it's like, that's not my goal, but at a point where I feel like, because I deal with emotion, and it's going to be, my reaction is going to be off the moment.
right.
If you pin this dog in a corner, I'm coming out biting. And
Yeah.
a lot of times with me, my words isn't, your mama got 3 eyes type of, I'm not shooting them dozen,
No, it's
bro.
the
I'm coming
truth.
with some facts.
With some fact, and see,
And that's
it's
dangerous, bro, because like I
what you
tell
do. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you do, and this is toxic in itself. Because I used to do the
yes,
same
it is,
thing.
bro. I'm not proud of that,
You
man.
pay attention to people so much that you see
The
the
imperfections,
imperfections,
and, all of that, yeah.
and when the shit hit the fan, you point the imperfections out.
And I'm going in.
In,
Whereas
yeah.
you might have been just trying to score on me or trying to get a laugh because there was a crowd. You're not finna drop your nuts on me. You're not finna try to humiliate me.
Right.
Because your little jokes and your little cock and your little snipping and talking behind my back, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because if I know you,
Right. I know you.
and I know you,
Yeah.
and we going there,
Yeah.
it's not gonna end well.
It's not gonna end well. It's not
not
gonna end
gonna
well.
end
It's not gonna be good at all. You know.
So the thing is, like, I don't even want nobody to push me to the point to where that toxic level of mine even comes out. But it happens, bro. It happens, and you do. I think we all need to just learn how to pick and choose and govern ourselves accordingly who we rock with.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is, man, protect your peace at all times. You have to really become one with yourself and really know who you are. Because at that point, you'll know what you can handle and what you can't.
Yeah.
Just like you were saying about them taking you there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. All right. Excuse me. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even
You
no
know,
bite to this.
I know. And like I said, I know me.
Yeah.
And
that's
so I
right.
know,
You know.
I know what's toxic and how toxic I can be. Like, I'm gonna just tell a story in my toxic, you know, me being toxic and how I handle toxic people. This was years ago, I think probably about 2002, and I was dating a young lady, and she cheated on me. You know, so, and she was cheating on me, I was cheating too. So I wasn't tripping about her cheating on me. I was tripping about how she handled her knowing she cheated on me. I was cheating on her. So I had 3 Eldorados, 79, 81, and 85. And the 85 was my favorite one because it had the nice little system in it, and it was cleaner than the rest of them, but I drove all of them. So she came to my house. I had somebody at the house. She came to my house and put sugar in my gas tank. So instead of me going, "Ah, bitch, blah, 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 blah," I knew it was her. And the only reason I knew it was her because she's the only person I mess with that wears size 3 shoe. So the size 3 shoes around the gas tank. So I got people, I got guys, I got clients. So one of my clients worked for the electric company. So I gave him, what I gave him. And I said, "Hey, go to this address, man, and do your thing." And he pulled the electrical off the wire from the pole and pull all of the wires that he can pull out from the fuse box and the circuit breaker, and she had to rewire her whole house. By the time he was done, she had to rewire her whole house. Cost her thousands
of money.
Yeah, it cost her thousands. You mess with me, and that's me. That's revenge.
Yeah.
But it's toxic when you'll just go to a level, because it only cost me $1,000 to get mine fixed. It cost her
but
$10,000.
the level you went is dangerous.
Exactly. So those are the things that when you think about what toxic levels are, what your toxic levels are. So that's another blackout moment. When you just say, hey man, go do this, and here go this, and make it cost.
You know how I keep toxic gossipers away from me? Soon as they come to tell me something and I know it's gossip, this is what I shut it down like this. Are you supposed to be coming telling me that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm just asking, like, did they tell you to come tell?
Yeah.
So you start making them look stupid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I won't tell you nothing. But
don't be telling me nothing.
Do I look like I have the waste management logo imprinted on my forehead? Don't bring that trash to me.
Yeah.
I care not to hear about it. It doesn't, because see, now you learn when you, at a young age, everybody in their life at some point has gotten caught up in the he say, she say.
Yeah.
And it don't feel good when your name come up.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
It don't feel good.
Frey was over there, ask him.
Yeah.
Or Frey was right there when so, God, dog, like, now somebody that you made love or was cool with is like, well, dang, dog, you do me like, you was there? Like, I was there, but I wasn't. You got to try to explain it, and it might not end well.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, the best thing to do is just keep yourself, man, real talk, I don't think my family even know where I live. Like,
what?
I mean, I know that my sons do.
Right.
Kyle's mama knows where I live, but I don't think there's one family member that knows where I've moved to.
Right.
Because we gonna call a spade a spade. I ain't never been the one to say that I'm perfect. Some of my family members that are close to me are toxic.
Right.
And I just do not have time at this level of my life to deal with any of that.
Right.
I don't even want that spirit to cross the threshold of my front door, Jack.
Right.
If I know you gossip and you talk shit about other family members, you ain't welcome where I stay at. I don't need you sitting in my house 30 to 40 minutes is enough time for you to come in there and put out some of that. I ain't got time to be saging my crib every time you come over. Like, so it's like I just don't do the toxic thing, bro.
Right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation, man. This was a good conversation,
man. We do this Wednesday on Wednesday, but man, Lord has been blessing us both, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I look at this brother sitting to the right of me, probably y'all's left, and I'm telling you, this cat right here is doing some amazing things.
Speaking of that, if anybody that knows anything about breast cancer and likes to support breast cancer, I'm doing a fundraiser, a breast cancer fundraiser, and it's simple. You buy the T-shirt, and it's called the fundraiser is called Pink Beards for Breast Cancer. That's my barber thing, and if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see the Pink Beards for Breast Cancer logo. And I'm selling the T-shirts, and the fundraiser is my first time doing this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. This year, every year the proceeds will go to somebody different. This year, the proceeds is going to a breast cancer survivor, and she's going through a few things. Sweet lady, her name is Ruby Wharton. And if you buy a T-shirt, when you buy the T-shirt, the proceeds to that T-shirt goes directly to her. You can go on my page and get my number off of Facebook. What's the page, bro? Go to Jeffrey World Class Barber, and you'll see the link. You'll see the logo, and you'll see the link. You click on the link, give me a call, buy a T-shirt, and the proceeds go to her. Or if you want to just donate to her, breast cancer awareness is real, but we want to do something directly for the people. We don't want to do nothing for a foundation where the foundation is taking the money and doing what they want to do it and disperse it. I want to disperse this money directly to one person, and I'll do this every year for the rest of my life.
Sounds
So
good.
I'm helping somebody out that can't help themselves.
Even you unbearded brothers, man, come just buy a T-shirt. I know I'm a rock it. I don't
Yeah.
have no problem wearing pink.
Yeah, just buy it's pink beards for breast cancer.
Yeah,
and it's got the pink astute gentleman logo on the front, and then it says astute gentleman on the back.
In pink, right?
In pink.
Yeah.
And it says black shirt is in pink. Go get you one of them shirts, man. Y'all call me, get one of them shirts. It's not for me.
Did you post a shirt? Is the shirt posted?
Yeah, I'm gonna post a shirt too. But yeah, go just buy a T-shirt. It's not about me. It's
Right.
definitely not about me.
Right.
It's about somebody that needs our help, and she needs everybody help. So Miss Ruby, we're definitely going to get some people to buy the shirt so that we can help you out in the long run, and hopefully God will bless us to be able to do that and be able to help her out. So y'all, if y'all watching and y'all support breast cancer, man, support Miss Ruby, and we out.
We out. I'm the artist,
I'm the barber.
and we'll catch y'all on the other Wednesday.
We'll catch y'all in a couple of weeks.
Peace.
Peace.